Hi and welcome for a card review for Prime Speaker Vannifer. Tap and sacrifice another creature card. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. This is the exact same thing as Birthing Pod, with some big difference. Birthing Pod can come into play for 3 mana instead of 4 mana because of the Phyrexian mana. However, it do require 1 mana and 2 life to activate. But you can activate it even though it came into play the same turn, because this isn't affected by Summoning Sickness, because it's not a creature. Prime Speaker Vannifer is a creature card, so you have to cast her, pass turn, and then you can activate her. So it's definitely slower. But it's always good to have a secondary copy of Birthing Pod inside your deck. But there's one big difference too, is that Prime Speaker Vannifer is a legendary creature card, meaning you can have her in your command zone. This means that you can have Birthing Pod in your command zone. She should be able to enter easily turn 3 by simply casting a Dork on turn 1. And then maybe a Dork on turn 2 as well. And then on turn 3 we cast Prime Speaker Vannifer. And then we go to a turn 4 and we activate her and sacrifice one of our Dorks to find Scrib Ranger. Then we can untap the Prime Speaker by returning a forest to our hand. And then we can sacrifice this creature to find, let's go for Fierce Empath. And Fierce Empath will put Great Oak Guardian inside your hand. Then you simply just cast the Great Oak Guardian, untap all your Dorks, and you untap your commander. Then you sacrifice Fierce Empath to find Timur Sabertooth. Now you can pay 2 mana to return the Great Oak Guardian to your hand and then cast it. If your Dorks are able to produce 9 mana, you will have infinite mana. And all your creatures will have infinite. And from here you have more untaps, so you can basically keep on digging through your deck, because you will untap your commander each time. So first you generate infinite mana, then you start casting things more and keep sacrificing creature cards to climb the ladder until you figure out something. All you really need is a creature card that will ETB, draw a card, and you have the game, because now you can draw your entire deck. But hard casting this on turn 4 and having creature cards in play that will tap for 9 mana is pretty difficult. Let's see if we can do something faster. Instead of finding Fierce Empath after activating Scrib Ranger, we will find Spellseeker. And Spellseeker can search a deck for a card like Vitalize. I guess I should also showcase Dramatic Reversal if you have a lot of rocks. Dramatic Reversal might be better if you can untap your Sol Ring, because this will only untap your creature cards. And there's also this alternative, because this can draw a card. So there's a lot of different varieties to Vitalize, but Spellseeker will find one of these 3. In any case, cast one of these 3, so you will untap your commander once more. Now you need to sacrifice another creature card on CMC2. So now you are required to just have one of those in play. That could be anything. We will find Eternal Witness, and we will return the Vitalize from a graveyard to our hand and recast it. So now we have the Vitalize in our hand, cast it, we untap a commander, we sacrifice the Spellseeker and find Timur Sabertooth once more. Now we can pay 2 mana to flicker Eternal Witness back to our hand, recast the Eternal Witness, and that will give us Vitalize back to our hand. So here's the CMC demand. You need 2 mana to activate this, 3 mana to cast Eternal Witness, and then 1 mana to untap all your creature cards. If all your creature cards are able to tap for about 7 mana, you will have infinite mana, and also infinite untaps on your commander. I guess I should showcase 2 lands that will definitely work great with her as well. She is an elf, so Virewood Lodge will untap that legendary elf. She's also legendary, so you can actually use this land as well to untap her. But she will also go infinite with Intruder Alarm. So you activate her tap, sacrifice a creature, put a creature card into play, intruder alarm triggers, and untap everything you have, including your commander, which means you can keep digging, so you can basically dig through your entire deck. Pretty cool. I guess this is also a pretty good creature to have inside that deck, because you cast it for 2 mana, untap 2 lands, so if you have lands that tap for more mana than 1, you will gain mana, it will become a ritual. But then you can sacrifice this Cloud of Fairies to find a CMC free creature card, which we did need to do in this scenario. So here's a good example of a card that would also be great inside that deck. I guess I should also mention Quirium Ranger, Wirewood Symbiote and Copyhorn Scout that are good 1 CMC cost creature cards that can untap stuff. By the way, let's have a look at the Kikipod package for a second to just showcase that Prime Speaker Vannifer isn't really equal to Birthing Pod. Here's the trick. So you activate the Birthing Pod and sacrifice a creature card with CMC free. We will now find Felidar Guardian. And Felidar Guardian will flicker this because this was tapped, and it will flicker and come into play back untapped. Here's the problem. Felidar Guardian is flickering this, removing it from play and then returning it into play. It doesn't untap it. Therefore, Prime Speaker Vannifer will be affected by Summoning Sickness and unable to activate once more. So here is an example of a Birthing Pod package that Prime Speaker Vannifer can't really go into. But here is a package that she can go into. So here we have Birthing Pod, Arena Rector and Deep Blue's Skate. So here's the trick. You cast Birthing Pod, then you need to cast Arena Rector from your hand, or you can use Birthing Pod to find Arena Rector from your deck. Then you need to pause turn once more because this will be tapped. Next turn this will be untapped. You sacrifice the Arena Rector, trigger Arena Rector to find a Planeswalker, and then you will resolve the Birthing Pod trigger and find Deep Blue Skate. But before Deep Blue Skate enters the battlefield, Arena Rector's ability have already resolved and you have placed a Planeswalker from your deck into play. And then Deep Blue Skate resolves and you will double that Planeswalker's ability, so this will, whatever Planeswalker you wish, will ultimate. The Simic Prime Speaker can do the exact same thing, because you can actually just use her once to sacrifice the Arena Rector and find Deep Blue Skate. It's a lot slower because Birthing Pod can't be affected by Summoning Sickness, but it will still do the job. If this is one of your game plans that you're going for with Birthing Pod, then Prime Speaker Vannifer is just a secondary copy, a little bit worse copy than Birthing Pod. Now there are of course more Birthing Pod package that Prime Speaker Vannifer can go into, being a secondary copy in the 99 of a Birthing Pod, but also a viable commander with a very cool combo that you could go for. Maybe it needs a little bit more tweaks, I don't know, but in the end I definitely think that Prime Speaker Vannifer will see some play in cEDH, definitely inside a 99, but some people will definitely try to build her as a commander. She will definitely be working as a Birthing Pod in the command zone. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more card reviews coming up from the new Ravnica Alliance.